In the wake of 2 murders and 1 suspicious death that all occurred within 2 weeks of each other in the city of Brantford, Police Chief Jeff Kellner sat down with Brant News reporter Jason Teakle to shed some light on the issue of violent crime. In both of the murders at the Slovak Village and Port Street in Eagle Place, arrests were made within days of the homicide investigations being launched. Kellner assures residents of Brantford that the city police force is fully capable of handling these tough cases, even though they rarely occur in the city. He adds that one of the force's biggest assets is a close relationship with members of the community.
I would say to the members of our community, you have a highly trained, professional, competent police service. The investigators that are assigned to investigate these very serious crimes are excellent at what they do, and as you've stated already, arrests have been made in both homicides so far this year. When this is going to happen again, no one can predict that. But certainly, in my view, our community is very strong. Our community will not tolerate this type of crime or any type of violent crime. That's why our community cooperates with the police. They have trust in their police service. And that's critical in helping us solve these crimes.
On November the 2nd, 45-year-old David Paul Kronk was beaten and stabbed at a Port Street residence and later succumbed to his injuries at the Brantford General Hospital. Just 11 days before that, the body of 67-year-old Douglas Howard Hensby was found in a vehicle parked at the Slovak Village apartment buildings on 5th Avenue, and on Wednesday, October the 19th, the deceased body of 35-year-old Gary Aruda was discovered behind the former St. John de Brebeuf School on Mary Street. While the death of Mr. Aruda is still being considered suspicious, Kellner says the investigation is ongoing and being handled with due diligence.
It is. It's still being treated as a suspicious death. It would be inappropriate for me to comment on the details of any of these investigations, but I can certainly say that the same competent professional investigators that were involved in investigating both of the homicides are also involved in that investigation. So you have the same experience skill set that's looking at that situation as well.
It has been almost 6 years since the city of Brantford has seen 2 murders within such a close period of time. In the year 2006, there were 2 domestic-related homicides that occurred within 1 or 2 weeks of each other, according to Kellner. However, he says both of these cases directly resulted in the development of the mayor's task force on domestic violence and the introduction of Jared's Law. As tragic as events like this can be, Kellner says they also create a bond amongst community members and a desire to stand up against violent crime.
They do bring the community together because our community is intolerant of violent crime. They're intolerant of domestic violence. Our community will not stand for violent crime. That's why they do cooperate with the police, and we're fortunate that we do have the trust of our community, which is critical, as I mentioned earlier.
Kellner added that the Brantford Police will be strengthening their service with the addition of 9 new constables who will be hired in the next year. 1 new officer will be added to each of the 5 platoons, along with the addition of 1 new officer for the downtown unit, domestic violence unit, and child exploitation unit. Also, a new recidivist defenders unit will be created, in which a highly trained officer will be recruited to work closely with parole officers to monitor who is being released in the community and whether or not they live up to their conditions of release. Reporting for BrantNews.com, I'm Eric Lloyd.